Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be diving into a crucial exploration of mental wellness in the context of your journey as a female entrepreneur. In the world of business, where you can face many challenges and your responsibilities can seem never-ending, it's easy to overlook your own mental well-being. But today, we're diving headfirst into self-care and we'll unlock practical strategies to manage anxiety, depression, and burnout while nurturing your emotional well-being. As an entrepreneur, you're accustomed to shouldering immense responsibilities. Yet amidst the drive for success, it's easy to overlook the toll it takes on your mental health. The unique combination of high expectations, demanding schedules, and self-neglect forms a recipe for potential mental health issues such as burnout, anxiety, and depression. For example, the endless pressure to deliver for your clients can lead to restless nights filled with worry. And so you find yourself that you cannot sleep. You have that relentless monkey mind. You're up all night thinking about things that you didn't get done that day or things that you have left to do the next day. And so it can really play havoc on your sleep. Or the idea that you are in your business alone, even if you have a team, and that may contribute to feelings of sadness and loneliness. Identifying how these specific stressors affect you is key. Central to this journey of self-care is recognizing that emotional well-being is not a luxury, it's a necessity. By putting your mental health first, you're not only safeguarding your personal resilience, but also modeling a culture of balance and wellness for your team, which is what I call wellness from the inside out. Your commitment to emotional self-care can have lasting effects and ripple out into your work environment, fostering a sense of well-being that transcends individual boundaries. Identifying moments when stress and overwhelm rear their heads is a foundational step towards better mental health. By understanding the triggers, mainly your triggers, whether it's complex business issues or daily pressures, you can actively address them. So let's take a deeper dive into some practical insights. If it's feelings of isolation or feelings of I'm all alone in this, in your entrepreneurial journey, and it's fueling feelings of depression, exploring ways to have a strong and supportive community around you is key. And if imposter syndrome fuels anxiety, then working to reframe those self-limiting beliefs will help you with that. For example, if a big project triggers imposter syndrome, combating those fears by writing down your accomplishments helps you refocus on all of your wins. I know from personal experience and from talking to so many women over the past few years that we're still living in a hustle and grind culture, and to-do lists that many feel that if they have 5 items on their daily list and they only complete 1, that they look at that as a complete failure rather than a win. Instead, look at that as a win that you took a step and you completed a task, and celebrate it. Bring your mind around to being grateful that you took a step, no matter how small you think it is. Maybe you might have someone you know, like, and trust that you can share your wins with, whether that's a coach, a mentor, or a trusted friend. Someone who can remind you of your past accomplishments when you feel down or you're experiencing self-doubt. Reaching out to someone when you need reassurance and their wisdom helps you with this. It goes along with one of my self-care essentials, which is asking for help, because it allows you to not feel like you're all alone in your journey. Now, an action step for you that can help you is noting your triggers so that you can proactively manage them. Let me explain. We all have cycles, what I call the emotional trigger cycle. We go through cycles of things happening, our emotions being invoked, and we have responses. But let me break it down a little bit further. So something happens, you start to feel a certain way. But in between the actual event and your emotions, there's a pocket, what I call the in-between moment, or the space between moment, which is your thoughts, the things that you're thinking that are fueling your emotions based on what just happened. And from that, the two together, your thought patterns and your emotional patterns, are then creating your response, which then provides you with the result. So when you are perhaps finding yourself being triggered the same way on a daily basis, and you find yourself responding in a way that after you've had time to cool off, you find yourself going back to fix it because you exploded rather than proactively allowing yourself to step back a moment before you respond. Those are the types of things that I'm talking about. It helps you to notice it. It helps you to notice your patterns, your thought patterns and your emotional patterns, your response patterns, and your actual results that you're typically getting. And that will help you to really start reframing how you respond. It can actually help you when you find that you have patterns, and you can start taking a closer look at those patterns of the way you respond. And it could just be, for example, someone gives you feedback and your reaction to that, no matter who it is, your reaction to that is feelings of being judged and criticized. And you respond from that place being defensive instead of taking time to reflect on what they are giving you feedback around. Could be around the thing that you're doing, not who you are as a person, not your character, but what you're doing to help you better to improve upon the thing that you're doing. So separating yourself from the actual thing. And then you can start seeing your patterns so that you can then pull yourself away from when someone gives you feedback again. You can then look at it, it's like, okay, I'm not going to respond this way yet. What I want to do is take a closer look as to really what they're giving me feedback around. Is it about me, or is it really about the thing? And how can I then better react or respond to that? Instead of being reactive, being proactive in your responses. So I hope that was helpful. So now we're going to dive into the toolkit of self-care strategies that can empower you to manage your emotions and cultivate a tranquil mental space. Meditation, breathwork exercises, and journaling are the cornerstones of this toolkit, each offering a unique path towards emotional wellness. Meditation involves dedicating time to sit quietly and focus solely on your breath. I suggest 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes to start. If you find that meditating is not your thing, maybe you've never tried it before and it doesn't feel comfortable, but allowing yourself that at least 5 minutes to bring yourself into your present will help you. The benefits of this really are, even just in that brief moment, it's mental clarity. It brings about a sense of centeredness and presence, and it grounds you in the present moment, and it brings you right back to the now. You're not thinking of the past. You're not thinking of the what ifs, the future. You're thinking about the present moment. For instance, even a 15-minute morning meditation can set your day on a positive footing. Or, like I said, a quick meditation after a stressful call can recenter you. So if you are new to meditation, or maybe you've tried it before and you don't really like it, or you found that you didn't really like it, try again. Start small. Try 5 minutes. One of the other things that I suggest too is finding a guided meditation. I've created my own mindfulness meditation series, and if you want that, just put a comment below saying that you want that, and I'll send it to you. We can start a chat and I can send it to you. My mindfulness meditation are small meditations that help you to be more calm, more focused, more grounded, more gratitude. But again, starting small. So even going so much as doing a search on Google, looking for a guided meditation for stress relief. And I also have one of those. That will allow you to then just have someone else guide you. So if you find that you just can't sit still by yourself in your own thoughts, have someone else guide you through the moment. Breathwork is also a powerful practice that calms the body and the mind. For example, box breathing is a practice of inhaling for 4 through your nose, holding for 4, then exhaling for 4 through your mouth, and then holding for 4. And then you repeat. This rhythmic breathing technique has the remarkable capacity to lower blood pressure, heart rate, and cortisol levels, making them an effective antidote to stress. You could practice breath work when you're feeling angry or tense, or you're in a moment you just need to walk away because something is happening again, the trigger moments. Long exhales can also help calm your system before a nerve-wracking presentation. Maybe you fear public speaking, and that could just even be speaking in front of just your peers at work or your friends, and they want you to speak on something, or you're part of a networking community and they want you to talk about what you do specifically, and you have that fear around it. So long inhales and exhales can really help calm your system so that it brings you back so that you feel like more calm, and you can then present whatever it is that you in the situation that you're presenting. So explore different breathing techniques to find what works for you. Because again, self-care is not a one-size-fits-all model. It is what works for you and your lifestyle and supports you and your lifestyle. The next one is journaling. It's a practice of self-expression. It offers a liberating way to untangle your emotions and uncover your insights, the way you think too, right? Getting it out of your head, everything that's swirling up there with you, what I like to call the power of the mind dump. So you can see what you've been carrying around in your head, the good and the bad. So setting aside 5 minutes each morning to jot down how you feel, what you're thinking, or even expressing gratitude is a great way to start your day with a win. The act of journaling doesn't just aid in stress relief, it also boosts self-awareness and enhances problem-solving skills. For example, journaling about a difficult client can offer new perspectives. Like, why do you feel that they're difficult? Is it something that they're bringing up for you? Maybe you feel judged or criticized. Maybe that's something else externally that really is the issue, and it really has nothing to do with, it's personal. It has nothing really to do with the client, but they're bringing up those past feelings, the way you felt about maybe even receiving feedback from the past, being judged or criticized. And it could be that's what it makes you feel like, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the client is doing. But getting it all out onto paper can help you do that. Or even writing down business ideas can help connect the dots on a project, the bigger picture. We have these great ideas, but sometimes we find it hard to articulate it, but writing it down can help you to really start to flesh it out even more. So find ways to journal first thing in the morning or even before you go to bed. I like to do gratitude journaling at the end of the day, helping myself to focus on my wins for the day. So maybe starting out in the morning, journaling out your thoughts can help you to map out your day, maybe especially if you have meetings with that particular client later in the day. Helps you to journal it out, your thoughts, so that when you have that interaction, you can see, okay, I don't necessarily have to feel like threatened or feel like I'm judged by this person. It's really not them. It's just something from my past which is influencing how I respond to it, how I feel around it. So while all of these practices are powerful on their own, their synergy within a comprehensive self-care routine amplifies their effects. Imagine the impact of meditating to clear your mind, practicing breath work to calm your body, and journaling to process your emotions and, again, your thoughts, right? A daily ritual that holistically nurtures your mental health. Additionally, I want to emphasize the importance of surrounding yourself with a supportive community and seeking professional counseling when you need it, and possibly even taking a mental health or self-care day when you need it. Again, taking care of you should be priority every day. When you prioritize your emotional well-being through these self-care strategies, you evolve into a more compassionate, resilient, and focused leader. Your journey becomes a beacon of inspiration for your team, encouraging them to follow suit in prioritizing their mental health. Just as physical exercise is essential, safeguarding your mental well-being is equally non-negotiable. This commitment, again, not only enriches your life, but also transforms the lives of those you influence and those you lead, because when you take care of you the best you can, you get the best of you, and so does everyone around you. Emotional wellness isn't a destination, okay? It's a continuous journey. Self-care should be a lifestyle choice. It requires your attention and your commitment. By nurturing your mental health, you unlock the doors to personal empowerment and meaningful leadership. So let this be your daily reminder to prioritize emotional well-being, weaving self-care into the fabric of not only your personal life, but your professional life as well. And as you take self-care on as a non-negotiable essential to your overall well-being and success, remember, you are not alone in the journey. And you don't have to go alone, right? You do not have to be alone in the journey. Find yourself a community or communities of like-minded women to walk alongside you and share the vision of a balanced and thriving life. So thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'd love to hear from you. And again, if you want any of my meditations, message below, and I'll make sure that I link them in the notes for this live video. I'll make sure that they're in the notes so that you can actually get the links. I only want to put them there if you want them, okay? So let me know if you want them, and I'll make sure that I add them in. Until next time, stay empowered, and continue shaping your extraordinary life one mindful step at a time.